Unheard of.
What's up, every? Oh, did not like how I came in. Oh shit, hold on. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Unheard of. I'm your boy ABG, and I'm here with Jared. And I know we took a couple weeks off, but new unheard of. So, Jared, man, how you been doing these past couple weeks?
Been good. We been really busy. October is like super busy for us just because Tiff loves fall, and so we're doing a lot of stuff. We like the first weekend we did a big pumpkin patch festival thing, and then uh even this weekend we did another pumpkin patch kind of for Trace with like sensory stuff for him. Uh and then next weekend we'll be in Texas to visit my brother who recently had a baby. And
Oh yeah.
the weekend after that, we're going to this like jack-o'-lantern festival. And then, the next weekend is like Halloween stuff, obviously. So we've been real busy. And a lot of times, especially these past couple weeks, man, family life is just crazy. I mean, the kids got so much stuff that's got to be done now. Um, they're getting into activities, so as they get older, my life gets more busy. But um no, it's been fun. It's been a real good few weeks. And yeah, sorry we've been missing y'all folks, but lucky for y'all, we know for a fact that you're gonna have two straight at least, and then we'll go from there. But
Absolutely. Yeah,
yeah,
we're doing two tonight, as we're recording on Sunday. What's today, October 9th.
yeah,
So yeah, you guys are definitely getting one tomorrow on the 10th. Then you guys are getting another one next week.
yeah.
So
And then I'd prepare for the one after that to be our Halloween theme. Um, Maybe we'll bring somebody like KB back on to discuss some of those cool topics. But how was your time off, man? I know in between there we had a special weekend where you and Odessa celebrated an anniversary.
yes, man, we celebrated our 3-year anniversary. And it was good, man. Just been working. And me and Odessa that weekend took some time to go camping,
Mm,
and we went with some of her friends to this little music festival um, in the woods out in Bowden, and it's like local like jam bands and local bands and stuff like that, like cover bands and stuff, and it was really fun, you know. Um,
nice.
got our camping stuff all set up, and yeah, cooked hot dogs on the fire, cooked breakfast, eggs and bacon, did that whole thing over the fire. So I had a good time, man. And it was a lot of people. The setting, the
Yeah,
the community, everything over there was pretty nice. It's like you don't talk to any strangers out there whenever you go to that little festival. It's the whole community they have set up is really nice. But the thing that sucks is that festival that they do, it's called Little Big Jam, by the way. And this year was its last year. So glad we could go out for the last year, have some fun, do some camping. So yeah.
nice. Um, yeah, man, that's awesome. And I promise, folks, we are going to get into a real portion of the show here in a few minutes. However, we are going to go ahead and bore you with the Atlanta sports updates before we get into some other crazy topics. Um, so this week, the Falcons dropped to 2-3, and hey, it is what it is. Hawks have preseason going on. There's a lot of stuff in the NFL, but of course, the Falcons is going to be the big ticket item right now for the time being, just because it's football season, and without Pitts and Cordell Patterson, we suck somehow even worse. And you know, the past couple weeks, actually, even with Pitts and Cordell, we have started off really, really bad, and then we come up in the final half. Like we get really close to doing something. And at this point, I don't really know what's worse as an Atlanta fan, just because it's either we're blowing leads or we're never in it, and then we get that false hope at the end of the game for scoring really close. But I don't know, man. The I'm not gonna lie to you. I was gonna say hold off on the Desmond Ritter calls until today, just just because I was like, yeah, maybe Mariota needs some time. And granted, maybe he does need a couple more weeks just because our offense was so depleted for this Bucks game with nobody for him to really have an option. Um, so I don't know. Maybe he still needs a couple weeks because man, he was just overthrowing guys today, like left and right. Uh, um, but obviously he had a pretty decent second half, but it doesn't matter because we lost.
Yeah, I actually didn't get a chance to like physically watch the game. I was working today, so I had
Mhm.
to listen to it. I listened to the first half, and to me personally, I feel like the best takeaway from that first half was our defense.
Yeah,
Because our we went well, it was like scoreless in the first quarter, right? And then they went up to 10-0 in the second quarter. But I mean our defense I feel like has really, really stepped up, man.
yeah,
Besides that, besides that, that first game with that loss to the Saints, where we had that just abysmal defense breakdown at the end of the game. Um our defensive coordinator was talking. What was it? I guess it was after that was after the Rams game though, right? And he was like, "We're fed up. We're either gonna
yeah,
be good." He's like, "We're tired of the BS, people talking about us and stuff." And so, when I saw the video at first, I was like, "All right, yeah,
yeah.
right. Like, come on now, don't don't get too much faith, But yeah, our defense really has, I feel like, stepped up in these past couple games. And I mean, all kudos to them. All kudos to our offensive line, who
Yeah,
last season, we looked like absolute garbage. We were like 31st in the league
yeah.
in our offensive line. We look like the Colts offensive line this season. Um,
Well, yeah. I I just like that Matt Ryan is proving me right because apparently he had a lot more in Atlanta than what everybody said he did.
oh yeah.
But breaking news as we're recording right now, we're talking about defense. The Falcons reportedly trade former Pro Bowl linebacker Deion Jones to Cleveland.
Wow.
That's
Because
right.
he hadn't been playing, right?
Yeah, no, he hasn't really been playing, and it's just for
Okay.
compensation. So he hasn't played at
Yeah.
all this season.
Yeah, he hadn't been playing, so um I didn't even think he was gonna be back. So
Yeah, we don't need him. Just wanted to put that out
yeah.
there. um,
But yeah, like I mean I feel like of course without two of our biggest weapons on offense that today was just mostly gonna be about the defense, like how many points can we get them to not score? I
yeah,
mean 21-15, that's I mean you can be slightly proud of that, you know what I'm saying? In my personal opinion.
yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's okay. We didn't have nobody playing today really on the offensive side, so it's what it is. It's not like we're expecting a playoff team this year, anyways. But I will say my final thoughts for the game is, hey, Atlanta's growing. We're actually doing pretty good, and that roughing the passer call was not
Oh yeah,
roughing the
com
passer.
complete BS. Because
Yeah,
like I said, I didn't watch the second half. But I saw on Twitter where somebody had posted a video of Mariota taking a sack.
Yeah.
Pretty much the same play. Pretty much the same play, same way he got tackled, same way he went down. And you know, the flag stayed in pockets then. But since it was Tom Brady
Yep.
getting taken down, it wasn't even
Well,
a bad tackle. He wasn't trying to hurt him or nothing. Like, and you get
it's
roughing the passer, bro. Come on.
it's not even Tom Brady like alone because I was watching the Dallas game with LA and they had a simple tackle on Stafford and they called roughing the passer there too. I was like, okay,
Really?
yeah, I was like, okay, so they don't want defense to play anymore. uh, but NFL, man, I mean, I get it. They're facing a lot of bad press from the whole Tua situation.
Yeah,
Um, but still, man, like, what the heck? Y'all are calling roughing the passer for a normal tackle? It's not like
that's
they,
insane.
not like they slammed their head against the ground. But hey, we're sorry for talking y'all's head off. I will say that obviously a lot of people witnessed the worst game ever with the Colts and Broncos game on Prime this past Thursday. However, there is a little something that's legal here. And of course, a lot of people would say that you'd have to be high to be an Atlanta Falcons fan. Well, you probably have to be high to be a Broncos fan at this time too. However, it's going to bring us to our next topic, which is weed. And I know you've probably got some thoughts on it, but Biden did just pardon all people with priors and who were in prison on federal, like just simple possession of marijuana charges.
Yeah, man. I feel like that's um a big step in the right direction.
Yeah,
I don't know how many people are incarcerated for, I mean, simple possession federally. I feel like that would probably be more of a misdemeanor because like what the the federal amount was like um oh man, not a I almost had a ton. Uh what's the shoot. Never mind. I'm trying to think. Jared, let's fix this in post.
we'll fix it in post. We'll fix it. No, we won't.
Hold
Um,
on. Oh, no, we won't.
but I will say before you get going on your end that um, I have a government clearance, and so obviously I can't consume anything, nor can I use it or even like distribute it. It is so crazy because people in like my line, we can't own stocks in things like marijuana or cannabis, like whatever, cannabis. And I've actually been getting into stocks recently, and I thought, oh, that's weird. And then you see things like this, and you're like, oh, now I get it. The politicians, they want to legalize it, but they need to be the ones to make money off of it first. So they got to do all their stock trading. Um, so I mean, it's just dumb government stuff, but whatever. I'll adhere to all my policies because I like my job and making money. So
Yeah, man, but I know there's up to a certain amount to where it's a misdemeanor and a certain amount to where it's, becomes a federal case.
yeah,
So I'm not sure the amount. Um, but like I feel like once you get up to that amount, it would be more of like trafficking. So
yeah.
it might take away that simple possession charge. I mean, unless you just somebody who gets it in a high amount and just so you have a lot and then you just smoke on that amount. But yeah, even so, them addressing at this point is big, and hopefully which leads it to being marijuana being rescheduled and then uh, legal federally.
Yeah.
So, you know, I mean, I don't really partake anymore, but I've been known to enjoy it in the past. So I mean, if this can if this can be you know, made legal, then for I mean for everybody, it'll be really good.
Yeah. I mean, because to me, especially just the simple stuff, like, can you get high off of it? Sure, but you can get drunk off alcohol, and some would argue that getting drunk is worse than getting high, as far as the effects go. So, yeah, I don't see why they don't just legalize it and basically make all the money they can get off taxes as it is, whatever. Um, because Colorado makes a ton of money off of their marijuana tax every
Yes.
year. They make a
Um,
killing, and it just goes back into really cool stuff like the schools and all.
an ounce. That's what I was looking for.
Ah,
Almost said a ton, dude. What the hell?
man, a
Um,
ton. Jeez.
yeah, right. That would be way too much. 200 pounds of weed. Yeah, like it's it's not nearly as bad as people say it is. Oh, it's a gateway drug and all this. No, no, it's not.
Yeah,
People who venture off into other things usually do start with marijuana, but I feel like it's more of a factor of them wanting something else, you know?
yeah. I mean, you could say the
But
same for just about anything, really. People who have
yeah,
alcohol problems venture off into pills and whatever.
yeah. And I mean, and alcohol is completely legal, and nobody's ever OD'd on marijuana, you know? Nobody's ever OD'd on
Yeah,
weed, and and so I mean, I feel like it would do the country nothing but good, really, in terms of revenue to you know, finally stop being afraid and make this stuff legal recreationally for everybody.
true. Um, yeah, man, I don't understand why they don't already. Just because it's weird. Everything's got its own effects, but I mean, hey, I'd probably rather somebody be high than drunk, honestly. Uh, I've
Yeah,
seen
right.
I've seen the two. So, in
And then
most people.
people I've seen the argument about, you know, the war on drugs and everything like that. I mean, it's time to admit they lost the war on drugs.
Oh yeah,
The
yeah,
war on drugs has been lost for a large amount of time, you know,
yeah.
so it's time to give that up. Um,
It's true.
so people are gonna get it one way or another, whether it be, you know, from from homie dealer or whether it's right around the corner, you know,
Yeah,
at a shop. So
true. I know.
I mean,
And really, if you
yeah,
legalize it, I think most of it'll help people because, like, all that stuff, a lot of it can be used to actually help people. Whereas, you don't really see doctors prescribing things like alcohol to you, but a doctor will say, hey, this medical, cannabis can help you, or even the products that they make with it, like the lotions, if for like pain, whatever. Even things like the gummies can help, reduce people's stress in certain ways. Um, so there's a lot of products that can actually be used to help people medically if they were to just legalize it across the board.
yeah, man, and like you don't even have to. It doesn't have to be a medical issue. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But like it it could still like help you sleep just like anything else. You know, just like melatonin or anything like that. Like
yeah,
it's I mean, as long as you don't overdo it, it's good for a sleep aid. It's good for anxiety, stuff like that. I mean, I've seen I've seen a video before. I mean, I don't really know the validity of the video. Hopefully it
Yeah,
was real. But of this man who had just like terrible stutters, like he really couldn't even um, finish a complete sentence. And and he had just like really bad tremors as well.
yeah,
And um they had him smoke some weed, and it was like maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and like it was like night and day, you know? He was like completely, I mean, I don't want to say normal, but he his his afflictions were healed basically for that, short amount of time where it was working, you
yeah.
know? So there's a lot of good that can come out of this, and just hopefully, you know, those damn politicians care about something other than just themselves and their pockets, and try to
Well,
actually do some good.
no, they only care about their pockets, which is why people like me can't trade in stocks for cannabis because they want to make the money first. So they're gonna wait. That's why actually there was like 5 bills that would ban stock or Congress from trading stocks, and they've all been canned. Like, because they could have been voted on like the past couple weeks, and then they're like, nah, on second thought, I don't think that's a good idea from both sides of the table. But that's for another day. Another day. Um, but you know what? Speaking of weed and getting high, you know who was really high? Draymond Green when he hit Jordan Poole at the Warriors practice.
Yeah, I mean, something had to have happened. Bro, I mean, I'm guessing you've seen the video, right?
Oh yeah, yeah, I've seen it.
Like, was Jordan was Poole even involved in like the play that was happening on the court, or like, because it
No,
looked like he was kind of like standing like right at the edge, like out of bounds, and like on the court, like he had one foot on the court. So I was like, maybe
yeah,
he's just like talking about playing or something like that, or it's like I wish I knew what was going on, like what kind of stuff he was talking about, because like, I mean, we all know that Draymond Green is hot-headed. You know, he doesn't really have a filter. You know,
no.
he's just one of those athletes that says what's on his mind at all times. Um, but I've never really seen him take it to, blows like that. You know, I ain't never seen him just fire off on somebody. So I feel like Jordan Poole had, and plus for it to be a teammate, I feel like Jordan Poole had to have said something massively wild
Nah,
for him to have punched him like that.
I mean, you hear reports of Draymond calling, like Kevin Durant names, and he always going after his teammates in practice, supposedly. But what's funny is the Warriors were just about to brush it off, man, until somebody leaked the video. Uh,
Yeah, yeah,
I mean, really, they're like the worst enablers of this guy, and maybe it was about contracts because honestly, I think Draymond Green has kind of fallen off a cliff. Like they could remove him from the Warriors, like, and not pay him that max, and they'd still be fine with the current group they have. Uh, so he's like somebody they could let go. So maybe he is on high alert because he's trying to get a big deal and he's probably not going to get it. But nah, man. Like, some people say, no, that's just teammates being stupid, heat of the moment, whatever. And people point back to Steve Kerr, who's the head coach, because Michael Jordan actually gave him a black eye. He
yeah,
didn't he
yeah.
didn't knock him out though. I mean, Draymond Green basically knocked Jordan Poole out. Uh
He
and
slumped him, bro, at that at practice. Like, and for everybody, I feel like that's the thing, for everybody to be able to see what happened.
yeah.
That's the thing, because you hear about, you do hear about players getting into arguments getting into fights at practice and stuff like that. How
Yeah.
Michael Jordan was just basically a terrorizer at
Yeah.
practice. Um, but nobody has video of that stuff. You just have the word of mouth stories. But then to actually see him slump his teammate at practice, that was the thing. But I mean, maybe maybe Jordan Poole was the aggressor here.
I mean,
So I
I don't
mean,
know.
Draymond did walk up to him and he pushed him.
Yeah, but Draymond had to say something to make Jordan Poole push him.
I mean, I feel like just walking up because he got like right up in his face.
Yeah, get out of his personal space.
And then the fact that like you just see Draymond just like reach back and pop him, bro, like
Man,
crazy.
they let him get by easy too. No fines, just like a couple of days off.
Yeah, a couple days off. I mean, he's gonna come back and do it again.
Yeah,
Um, um, I feel like the real winner here is whoever is on their video staff who went and sold that video to TMZ.
oh yeah,
Like they're the real winners here because I think they said what they sold it for like $2 million.
yeah. They're probably like, yeah, go ahead and fire me.
Yeah, like what? I'll take the 2 mil. Like, come on, bro. Um, but as we've already seen, the Warriors have a questionable staff to begin with
Yeah,
because just the fact that that fake Clay was able to get out onto the court before the finals
yeah,
and like shoot around and stuff like that. People were like, "Oh, what's up, Clay?" Like all this stuff. They really thought he was Clay, and so the Warriors have a questionable staff at best, period. So it's not surprising to me that TMZ found their grubby hands on this video.
man.
But I feel like the question is with this, how do the how how do they come back from this? You think it's all gonna be cool and they try to chase another ring this season? Or
Yeah,
do you
they'll
think that it kind of becomes like what Draymond and KD was, and it was kind of like just them going at it basically on the court sometimes.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
like what but him and Jordan Poole.
even when the KD thing happened, they still made it to the finals that year.
I mean, yeah, they
But
did.
so I think if anything, they'll be a top playoff contender. It's not guaranteed for them to make the finals because the West is just like so tough now. But I'll say they're definitely going to be in the playoffs and a contender to make the finals, even with all this. I don't think it's going to affect their play on the court.
Yeah, me neither.
Um, so yeah, I mean, it is what it is. They'll get over it. But I still thought it was funny. Uh,
I thought it was funny. Have you seen any of like the fake like stories that people made up about what
mm,
Jordan Poole said?
no,
Um, I saw I saw this one post that was like supposedly Jordan Poole was with his new extension is was gonna build a pool at his house
no,
and
jeez,
call it the Jordan Pool.
God,
And like basically he keeps repeating jokes about the Jordan Pool, and then Draymond was like shut up, bro. And he's like, you keep talking, you're not gonna be invited to the Jordan Pool.
yeah,
And Draymond walks up to him, and then he pushes him and then he punches him. And then I saw one that was like Jordan Poole was talking trash about uh, LeBron James,
oh God,
and then and Draymond's like, "Keep my king's name out of your mouth."
God,
And so I mean, yeah, this is just a really funny situation. I'm glad to see that that I mean, everybody's okay after this. But yeah, it was funny. It was definitely funny to see him just like knock bro out just
Yeah,
at practice. But I mean, we see like you see football players, they get into their scuffles and stuff at practice.
yeah, that's true,
Um,
and they usually turn out fine. So
yeah, yeah. So it should be cool.
yeah, man. But yeah, folks, as we're winding and winding this one down, hope you enjoyed the segues in this one. I worked very hard on them. um, but no, final thoughts for y'all's weeks. If you're traveling, be safe because that's what I'm going to be doing this week. Um, and of course, stay healthy and keep living your best life. And you can find me on Twitter at Jared Evans.
Um, Final thoughts from me, man. Just yeah, be safe out there in general, bro. Like a lot of craziness happening out in the world right now. I mean, which it always is. So
Mm,
so be always be aware, be alert, and it's starting. I feel like I'm the unheard of weatherman now because I'll be like it's hot, stay cool, but now it's starting to get cold. Man, I was up this morning at
sweater
like
weather.
oh yeah, I was up this morning at like 6:30, 7. It was like 40 degrees, man. Bro, it's getting cold, man. Y'all stay warm, man. I mean, that's pretty much it for me. You can find me on Twitter at young without the O underscore ABG. You can find us on Twitter at unheard underscore of pod. That's gonna be the same on Instagram, unheard underscore of pod. Um, Facebook, unheard of. YouTube, unheard of. We got pages on pages on pages. And hey, look, man, I know it's been a while since we updated our Twitter. Like, we're gonna get it. We're gonna get it popping on Twitter. I promise. I promise you that. So this week we're gonna have an update. We're gonna have the video up there. Um, but yeah, that's it. That's us. That's unheard of.
All right. Well, glad to have y'all back, folks. And as always, if you're still listening, we love you, we hear you, and we hope you hear us here at Unheard of.
Unheard of.